The bike represents simplicity. So that's why I choose the bike. To not make it a full restaurant on wheels with the sommelier, et après nous avons du camérier. No. We do simple piadina and the dish together to serve people on the street. Go out for the people. Of course, life is never too simple. You have to really say to you, this mountain, this hill is not gonna break me. I don't feel my heart. That's quite nice.
Hey, I'm Kevin Longa, and this is Taste, a documentary series that reveals the true stories of the real people who make our food around the world. And what you just saw there was a short little teaser for an upcoming Taste with Europe episode, which is the first season of Taste. This story is about a food bike owner in Krakow, Poland, named Kuba Romanchuk. And similar to the snail farmer in Vienna, Andreas Gugamuk, who I featured in a recent video, he also worked at IBM and he hated it.
Leave me with nothing. It's like they sucking into that machine that's walking around.
So he decided to do an entire 180 and open up his own slow food bike where he would make an Italian delicacy from his childhood, the piadina.
The grandmother of my friends, they made some piadinas as well. Prova questo. I said, try this. Okay, I try. It's a fresh made, of course, and taste brilliant. Naturally, I fell in love in the restaurant business. We were married for about 10 years.
His entire mission is to just slow the world down with his food.
Put them out a little bit so they can leave the iPhones, tablets, computers, everything on the one side, and hold his piadina and have a nice meal for a few moments.
At one point, we got really deep into how the world is just moving too damn fast.
It's an advantage for the technology, but for the people, they are starting to lose themselves in this rush. We call it in Poland the rush of the rats rush. I think, thanks to this food as well, not only, but the meaning of life, meaning of being yourself, you have to slow down a little bit and make the things slower.
When I heard those words, they really struck a chord in me because, not only as an independent filmmaker am I constantly trying to fundraise and upload my videos and put my stuff out there so that it can be, seen in this constant noise of infinite content online. And, now that I'm posting on YouTube, I now have to work against this insatiable beast called the YouTube algorithm, which, just demands constant content all the time.
You dig?
And so I feel like sometimes I'm stuck in a bit of a rat race. And, during this time, it's graduation season, and I love to listen to commencement speeches. And it just got me thinking about the time when I graduated from college and the rat race that I was about to enter. I love UCLA. It was an absolute dream school. But the mentality back in college was to just get your good grades, do your extracurriculars, do everything A, B, C, D, E, and you're gonna have a dream life, you're gonna have a dream job. And I was stuck with the tail end of the economic recession. And nobody was hiring young graduates like myself. And so I just had to kind of think to myself, well, crap, what is it that I'm actually gonna do with the rest of my life? I was able to just slow down and pause. Like before graduation, I was in so many clubs. I did marching band. I started an entrepreneurship fraternity. I helped start a film and photography society. I did so many different things. And I was trained in my business classes and in my economics classes to go down 3 routes. Basically, investment banking, accounting, or consulting. And, you know, the crooks on Wall Street, they started this whole economic recession, so I didn't want to be an investment banker. I'd rather stick a number 2 pencil on my butt than do accounting and do debits and credits with a pencil all day in accounting. And consulting seemed like, you know, something that could be interesting. But then when I went to the interviews, I saw the people who were interviewing me and they seemed bored out of their freaking minds. I just didn't know if that was what I wanted to do. And in fact, I went to the Career Center, oh man, it must have been at least 6 dozen times, trying to figure out what is my job that I wanted to do. You know, I'm a bit of a perfectionist sometimes. I'm actually learning to not be a perfectionist, especially with these YouTube videos. And well, I wanted that perfect job straight out of college. And, you know, after the 70th time visiting my career counselor, she kind of like put her hands up in the air and she said, you know what, Kevin, you should just pause and think for a moment. Like, what is it that you really, really want to do with your life? And she said, you know, I'm going to give you this magic wand and just pretend like you don't have any limitations. What is it that you want to do? Wave that wand and just think about what is it that you want to do after college, like regardless of money or circumstances. And, you know, I actually thought back to my days back in high school when I made my first feature-length food documentary. And I thought about one of my culinary heroes, Anthony Bourdain, and how he was able to connect the world through food. And he was able to help people explore beyond their comfort zones, beyond their borders, beyond what was on the plate in front of them. I told my career counselor that I wanted to be like Anthony Bourdain. And then she said, okay, Kevin, let's see how we can channel that energy and enthusiasm into your career in consulting. But it helped me take that pause and get that perspective on what is it that I actually want to do with the rest of my life. And it kind of set me on this crazy path of creating taste. And not only that, but also right after I graduated from college, I didn't enter a job. I took a trip around Southeast Asia with my buddy Brian, where I took his camera and I filmed what I love, which was the people who make our food. I was able to just slow down, take a breath, and understand this is what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. And I got out of that rat race that Kuba talks about in his short taste film that I filmed with him.
You decide when you're ready to start being who you want to be.
In fact, I was talking to one of my former taste interns who is now currently attending Cornell as an undergrad, and he told me about how this pandemic and coming back home and taking a pause has really helped him see what's important to him.
Back on campus, my life was basically booked down to the minute. Last semester, I rushed a business organization where they actually prep students for careers in investment banking, consulting, and marketing, to name a few. And that took up hours of my time, all on top of all these other commitments that I had. But now that I'm back home and taking time away from campus, I've been able to take a breath and think about what it is I really want to do with my career, what I want to do with my life. And working at Taste was definitely one of the ways that helped give me a little bit of distance and perspective. And it's honestly just been nice to take a little bit of a break from the college bubble.
We all learned a lesson that Kuba was just trying to teach with his food bike, to just slow down. But you know what? It's kind of ironic that now that we're all pretty much forced to slow down because of the crisis, the same exact crisis is actually halting people like Kuba. And these people would often be the people who served us our food so we could not only keep going, but also just take a break as well. And they're not getting much of a break these days. Like, I can't believe it took a freaking pandemic to wake people up to this truth that we just need to slow down. But here we are. People like Kuba and his food bike have been changing the world in small, positive ways for years. It was people like Kuba, Andreas the snail farmer, and so many people who make our food who have known this truth, and now a lot of them are getting screwed at the moment. I don't know about you, but that's some pretty effed up karma. So in order to help balance out the universe and help these culinary Nostradamuses, I hope you're doing what you can to help support your local restaurants and food producers. I'm going to be continuing to post videos like this in the near future that will, I hope, help support the culinary entrepreneurs who I've filmed. And I'd love to hear from you some ideas of what you would like to see me create in the near future. Of course, I have some limitations. I'm still sheltered in place here in California, and I also have a bunch of long-term documentary projects that I'm still working on with Taste, so I have to be conscious of my time. But I'd love to hear how I can help you and what kind of videos do you like for me to create. I could do some Q&As, I could talk about my travels around the world. I filmed in 30 countries around the world, from Bhutan to Budapest to Brooklyn, so I'd love to hear what you think, and just leave those in the comments below of what you'd like to see. And of course, be sure to go into the description to find out how you can sign up for the free online premiere of Taste, which is the first season of Taste with Europe, where I will be sharing not only Kuba's story, but so many more. And on that note, thank you so much to the 1,500 plus people who have already signed up for this free online premiere. You guys are awesome. We got a few more slots open for this premiere, and I'd love for you to join us. On top of that, please subscribe here on YouTube. I'm gonna have many more videos in the near future, as well as follow on Instagram to get some behind the scenes posts. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Stay safe out there, and just take a moment, a nice, sweet moment to just pause and just appreciate the people who make our food out there, because they're awesome, just like you. Thanks.